Let you in on an aspect of the world that you're not normally accustomed to.
I could have been a totally different person.
Yeah, right now.
Since 12 hours ago.
Could have been wearing a business suit today. Who knows?
With a fanny pack.
With a fanny pack. Just classing up the joint.
That's a fantastic idea.
It's the only kind of ideas I have, sir.
It's Corner House Chronicles Day.
It's just different enough.
And here's the kicker, boss. They're all the same personality.
They're assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 1.5 million asshole penguins.
I wouldn't laugh at them.
No, hell no. It'd kill you with his pinky. He's got to have some Jedi powers or something if he's...
Best part.
I'm going to try and pace it out, so just as you forget about me, I'll just pop in and remind you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Corner House Chronicles. I am John.
And I'm Jason.
And we are with you once again. And this time it's a big one.
Number 20.
Number 20, man. We're almost to legal drinking age as a show.
So close.
I mean, when Tony was here, he was like trying to pop the cherry, and now all of a sudden we're about to be legal. It's crazy. 2 weeks. Thanks, Tony.
Man, 20 shows.
20 already. In, what, just over 6 months?
Yeah.
Just about 6 months. And the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the numbers have jumped. We want to thank everybody for checking us out, all you listeners out there, whether you're a first-timer or a long-timer. We appreciate it, yeah.
As long as you pop in. That's why we're doing it.
Yeah, thank you so much, so much. You've made the last 6 months extremely interesting.
Oh, very entertaining on our end.
Entertaining, a little nerve-wracking at sometimes. It gets so exciting to the point where we're texting each other back and forth over and over again in the middle of the week, you know, just because...
It's kind of hard to believe that many people want to listen to you talk.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if they're waiting to see what we, like, if we say something retarded or something. You know, like...
we may have hit that already.
I'm sure we've done it once or twice. It's been that much fun.
And having the guests on, man.
Yeah, the guests really kind of light the place up a little bit.
It changes the atmosphere.
Yeah. Especially when they're as funny as, you know, Rob and Tony.
Yeah,
and Chris. Thank you, Chris.
Big thank you.
Looking forward to Chris coming back in. And for anybody else in the Detroit area listening to us, if you'd like to be a guest, come in and sit down at the table with us and share some good stories and have a laugh or two and drink some tasty brews. And we'd be more than happy to have you come in. We love interesting conversation.
Oh, yeah. Hearing stories about other people's life that you wouldn't really, like, check out or know.
Give us some information. We like it. Or we'll tell you some stories.
Yeah. Sit back and listen. We got them.
Just be careful of what kind of beer you bring.
This is true.
Make sure it's Michigan brew. Thank you. Because that's been the one steady theme on our show was the Michigan beer aspect of this, which at times has gotten us into a little bit of trouble. It's been a little vague and sketchy at the end of the show a couple of nights, mostly after we hit stop.
True.
The party keeps going around here most Saturdays.
We just end that record session.
Sometimes we'll keep recording just so we can see what goes on in the background. But none of that stuff's ever going to make it to the internet just because it's...
or will it?
Well, see, now we get tough on this Patreon thing. We might be able to drum up some support on that and then offer some behind-the-scenes...
You want to see where the story continues.
Right. The after-stop portion of our show is what we'll call that. But as far as the Michigan brew goes, I think we should spend a couple of minutes on some of the fine beers we've tasted so far.
It's definitely opened my eyes to the various styles of beers.
Yeah, I was never big into it before.
No, now I'm like looking at stuff like, oh yeah, citrus, huh? I wonder how much citrus we're talking about.
If the word sour's on the label, I just walk right past it. I'm sorry, all you brewers out there, if you're listening, but
it's not his cup of tea.
It's not, and we might try like a 6-pack, but I'm only going to get one down. Got to switch to something because that sour gets me.
I'm okay with it every once in a while.
Yeah, I can't do it. Mainly because the ones we've had have been so sour.
They've been surprisingly just
right.
Biting into a grapefruit on some of them, and other ones it's just a light hint of it, and I'm more okay with that.
Yeah, I can take a light hint.
Yeah.
I'm not big with fruits in the beers, you know, like the whole idea of it, but since we started this, I've kind of opened up my palate a little bit, you could say.
I'm still not a big fan of the spiced, like coriander or cinnamon or
Yeah,
mixed in with.
that's kind of tough to do.
Very in mind.
But on the opposite side of what we don't like, there's some good stuff that we've had. And just looking up at the shelf there, I can tell you that Shorts Beer and Bell's have been a show favorite. We've sampled in their goods. It might just be because they have a lot of product on the shelves.
I think, they have a lot more to offer in our area, at least, from what we can find.
But we definitely Arcadia Ales was some good stuff. That Lockdown was good. I didn't get to try what Rob brought last weekend. The
morning nightcap?
Yeah, I didn't get to try one. Some bitch took him with him. But we did have the Hef out of Frankenmuth. I remember that one.
It was
that
like
was a good
banana bread-ish. Oh, that was good, actually. I was surprised with that.
And then the other one up there, I believe it's New Holland, the Cabin Fever. That was a tasty beer.
That was a good one.
I enjoyed that one.
I will say, I do judge the labels of the beers.
Yeah.
And the Hef, it just has a wiener dog smoking a pipe and a smoking jacket.
It's classic.
Oh, man,
that's good stuff.
It's leading the league in my book.
I will say that I enjoyed, was it Uncle Steve's traditional Irish Stout when we did for St. Patty's Day?
That was really good.
That was a good beer, too. I like that one. And more importantly, the last 2 weeks, Arbor Brewing, that was some good stuff, man.
Oh, yeah.
Euchre was tasty.
Product.
And Jackhammer was good, but it was 8%. So,
yeah, that was a bit strong.
I mean, it was good after. It didn't take much, and then it was just,
No.
We hammered it down there. Thank you, Arbor Brewing. You guys are making some good stuff there. We're going to definitely keep trying the products you have out.
We're contemplating a trip out there, too.
Yeah, we should definitely hit up a lot of these local breweries, take our time and go out and sample the goods and get some pictures and whatnot, share some experiences with the listeners who aren't in this area.
True.
That won't have the opportunity to go to those places. So we can be your, what is that word, conduit?
Conduit works. Yeah.
Be your conduit to the local breweries and distilleries
The
and
Michigan
whatnots.
Beer Ambassadors, if you
Yeah.
will.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. We should use that. So, yeah, big shout out to all the brewing companies that we've sampled so far.
Roke, they've had some...
Roke was good. It's hard to see. Founders.
I don't know, Founders, Bells, and Shorts
Yeah.
are stocking up our shelf over here.
I think Motown.
Yeah,
Or
Motown.
Motor City Brewing's up there. We had a couple of those. Atwater.
Atwater's good products.
We had that one.
Michigan has a lot to offer in the craft beer department.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, it's great, though.
Are we one of the top states for brewing at this point, you think?
I would have to think so.
We have to look up some statistics on that.
Yeah. We'll report back to the listener on that.
I got to say to Odd Side Ales, I'm looking forward to trying more of their product as long as it's not like Jared's mom. Because that was what, like episode 2 or something, 3. And
it's made a big impression on the show.
It's like the level that I, compare beers to is like, is it as bad as Jared's mom tasted? And it's not that it tastes bad because, like I said, I'm just not a sour grapefruit kind of dude. So that one experience really hit me good, man.
We're actually trying out a new brand that we haven't partook in yet. We got Dark Horse Brewing Company out of Marshall, Michigan. Trying, what is it? Plead the Fifth Imperial Stout.
It's I don't know how to explain how it tastes to me.
No,
it's thick. It's
yeah,
a thicker
it's
taste.
A Guinness kind of
a Guinness style maybe.
Yeah.
And I don't really drink Guinness a lot, so it's hard for me to say that because I'm comparing it to something I don't usually drink. But it's thick. The first couple swigs were they were.
They also make an impression.
Yeah, yeah.
I will say the fact that it's an 11%, which I failed to look at when making the purchase. I don't regret it.
No, not at all.
I just now know to take it slow.
Yeah.
Baby sips and cigarettes.
That's how we get by. That's a Corner House Chronicles.
One of our mottos.
One of our mottos, yes. When the beer's a little, I don't say bittery, but when it's hard to get through there. Baby sips and cigarettes.
It's pretty tasty, though. I'm liking it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the stouts.
Yeah.
Thicker style beers.
I noticed that with Jackhammer last week with that 8%.
Yeah.
By the end of the night,
It doesn't help that we're sitting the whole time.
I know.
And then we get up, and then it's all like, hey, remember us?
Right. Lord forbid you got to take a bathroom break around here because
Come back like, I got a bottle of water. Does anybody else want one?
So yeah, with that 8%, and they went down quick.
They did,
At
too.
least my half of the
Oh.
6-pack went down really quick, to the point where I think they were gone, and I was drinking PBR or something.
Yeah.
But these Dark Horse, these 11%, it's going to be. I'm gonna nurse it for a little while. Mentally, I'm still recovering from last week. That was a hell of a show with Rob.
It was a
there.
very good time. I
For
was
those
glad.
of you that listen to it, let us know what you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that guy had some stories.
Very true. I would like to say, for the listeners, to go back, go to Rob's photography page, give it a like, check it out. He does quality work.
Please.
For Tony, his comedy page,
Yep.
or if you have the ability to go to one of his shows.
Yeah, I think he's actually doing a gig tonight somewhere. I'm not sure where. I don't remember what he said. I was asking him about the other day. But yeah, go to Rob Harbaugh Photography. You can obviously click endlesstitties.com.
Oh, yeah. Never
That
a
one,
bad time to click that.
He worried us because I didn't know if he was going to go through with it or not. But by Monday morning, I got a
Oh.
text.
When I got that text, I was so happy.
Yep. Because part of me was a little bummed because I was like, man, we're going to buy it. If he doesn't buy it, we're going to steal it from him. And, I mean, we warned him. You have 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I warned him again. You have till Sunday. And I was serious Monday morning when he texted me. I was like, all right, I guess I'll
Fair
just
enough.
calm down on that. But, yeah, check out Rob's stuff, 509 Screen Printing. He does excellent work. He'll be running the second batch of our T-shirts. And Tony Vacek, Comedy RX, that's his Facebook page. Those were our two guests. We'd also like to obviously say again, thanks to Chris, our cousin Chris, for coming on the show when he did. We'll be looking forward to having him come back again. He's definitely itching to get back over here and share some knowledge.
For everyone listening, it's surprisingly addicting to
It
get
is.
behind this microphone.
It is.
You hesitate at first, and you're like, man, I'm going to sound stupid.
Right. I'm going to sound dumb. I don't know if I have anything important to say or funny or...
But I guarantee you, by the end of the night, you're going to be like, man, when can I come back?
Yeah, we'll get it out of you.
Oh, yeah.
If we don't, the beer will.
Unless we're drinking Jared's mom.
Then you might as well bring a case of water.
But definitely for Chris, if you're on Facebook, there's a page that he started called Here's Your Fucking Meme.
Check that one out.
Some very, very funny stuff on there.
Yep. We are pro meme,
We are very pro meme.
especially the good ones.
Some of the bad ones, too.
Yeah, right. Even some of the bad ones. Also, we'll say thanks to Jay because you were the original guest.
This is true.
On the show.
And you are welcome.
Yes. I'm glad that it tickled your fancy enough to stick with it.
I'm having a great time.
And then big thank you to Aaron.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Aaron started this on a $60 investment back around Thanksgiving with just so nervous. So I think the first two shows we recorded were like trial run. We ain't putting this stuff on the internet because it was bad, you know.
And the third one was so bad.
Well, the third episode that went to the air, yeah, that one.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm like, episode number 3, the
Right.
mystery one.
Right. We'll never hear from that one again. That one was gone. That sucked. Lesson learned.
It's a learning curve, most definitely.
Yep. We still we will bring you 15A.
Oh, yeah.
For those of you that go back through all of our shows and you notice that there's no 15A, there's a B. There was a reason behind that one too, but that one will come later. We'll definitely get that in there. So just bear with us on all that. Like you said, learning curve.
Yep.
We're still rookie status here. But we do appreciate you listening. And I guess in a nutshell, that's been the last 6 months, the last 20 episodes, right?
Well, yes.
Did I leave something out of that nutshell?
Well, the last 2 episodes, we failed to update our listeners on our comedy movie bracket.
Yes, this is true. We didn't really want to take away from the guest time.
No, I mean, because...
But at the same time, we had so much fun, we just kind of forgot. But yes, our comedy movie brackets are in full swing. We are entering Sweet 16 territory now.
Very close.
And I
Getting all
found
those locked down.
You know what's funny is every time I post a new poll, we try to hit the hashtags. You know,
Yeah.
That's how the internet works now. And I keep doing March Madness.
And it's not even March
It's
anymore.
not even March anymore. It's April.
I'm still okay with that, though.
Yeah,
in an
I mean,
odd
you know,
way.
People still look up March Madness, I would hope. So we'll see. But yeah, we definitely have some updates on that. So let's get into that real quick. Just for the listeners, we'll give you a little recap on what we did. We randomly selected 64 comedy movies from 1980 to present.
Yep.
And they were just randomly assigned spots in the bracket.
Yeah.
And
we
then
had a total of 128 that we came up with.
Yeah.
Then randomly selected 64 of that 128.
Right. And since then have added back to the list of 128. So
This is
there's
true.
even
It's still
more
growing.
now.
Yeah.
Stuff we forgot or stuff we didn't know about, whatever.
From the 64, we're almost have all of the Sweet 16 locked in.
Yep.
There've been some big surprises, some upsets in at least our mind. We filled out our bracket early, and I think both now have like very few of our picks still going.
Yeah, my bracket's shot to hell. Much like when I play the basketball bracket, it goes early for me. The one that really got me in that first round that I just did not see coming was where was it at? We talked about waiting, beating Get Him
Yeah.
to the Greek. I
That was
did
a big surprise
not
to me.
see that coming.
I mean, they're both great movies, but I really thought Get Him to the Greek had the edge.
Yeah. And then the one really good one we had going was the movie Airplane.
Which was surprising to me.
Right. It went up against Horrible Bosses in the first round.
And I was very surprised that Horrible Bosses was getting so many votes.
I was too.
It was a dead heat, and I mean, not to be biased, but Airplane is a funny,
Yeah. Well, they're both funny
classic
movies.
movie. Well, yeah, but
Airplane is a classic. Surely it's a classic. But they were tied, and I think that thing had more lead changes than an NBA game in the final minute. You know?
it was very entertaining to follow.
Boom, boom, boom. Every time one would get a vote, like a couple minutes later, the other one would get a vote.
Or one would jump up by 3, and you're like, all right, it's finally over.
Right.
And then like you check back, and they're tied again, and you're like, oh, man.
Airplane ended up pulling it out, though, by 4 votes in the end. It was like a last-minute thing.
Yep.
Somebody shared it, and we got a couple votes on it, so it went through, and now it's up against Three Amigos.
And that as well
Another
has been
classic.
a very, well, yes, it was a classic, but it's also a very close race. I think the Airplane's leading by 1 vote right now.
Yeah, that's... Airplane's probably going to end up pulling it out. They're like the Cinderella story of the tournament, you know. You're like, they're not going to win. And then they win by 1 at the buzzer. There was a couple other really good ones. Tommy Boy was the only one in the first round that
Unopposed, yeah.
There was no votes for Extract, which we kind of saw coming. Nobody probably knows what Extract is, really. But
I think in the second round, it went 75%, 25, beating.
I think it's still... I think it's still up, actually, Tommy Boy, yeah. It's beating Neighbors, but I think it ends tomorrow, so...
Okay.
Which would be Sunday for you listeners, so it'll be over.
Yeah.
By the time you guys are hearing this, we'll be in our Sweet 16 round. So if you want to play along, please go to our Facebook page, Corner House Chronicles on Facebook. And you don't have to like the page to vote in the polls.
Not at
but
all.
But we would really appreciate you liking the page because...
Or sharing the polls themselves.
Share
the
the
more
polls.
votes we get, the better this bracket's going to be.
Right, and it's more exciting. Like I said, for that one, Airplane and Horrible Bosses, it went back and forth so much. It was because people kept sharing it.
Yep.
And more people would see it and throw a vote down. And it really adds to the excitement from our end watching, because you go on and you vote as a listener or just somebody participating. It's like you click vote and then it'll end eventually. Yeah. But for us, and we've got our giant bracket boards here in the garage and stuff, so we really dove right into it.
We do plan on more brackets in the near future. This is just a good time.
Yeah. Just keep voting.
Oh, yeah.
We'll keep doing it.
Get your friends involved, make some bets. Who knows?
Yeah. We should do like a giveaway. We should, like for our next bracket, we should put the whole bracket out there so people can fill out one like we did and then give them a deadline and have them fill it out to win something, like a shirt or a koozie or something.
That'd be cool.
Before we get started. And I'm going to do it a little different this time. We're going to put the whole first round on Facebook at once. So all the polls will go live for the first round. So you can just
That'll make
scroll
it
through
definitely
all of them. Boom, boom, boom.
Go
boom,
by
boom, boom.
quicker than it
Right.
has been.
Right. Lesson learned. Again.
Yeah, again, it's a learning curve, folks.
It is a hell of a curve. Is there any movies that you think are going to just walk right through this or what?
With what's left, I think Airplane's going to have a tough time the next round if it wins. Super Troopers is going to go very far in my mind. Grandma's Boy, Tommy Boy, Step Brothers. I mean, the final 8.
It's going to be good.
Oh my, that's going to be where the big boys play, and then the final 4.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty good there. The one that got me just recently ended was Dumb and Dumber beat Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah,
I didn't see that coming.
I thought it was going to be closer than what it was.
Yeah, I thought for sure Jay and Silent Bob was going to just run away with it. I don't know. Dumb and Dumber's a great movie, don't get me wrong.
Classic.
But it's so old, and you know Kevin Smith's still making movies, and Jim Carrey's nuts. So you kind of look at it like, but like I said, I've been surprised before.
I was surprised Dude, Where's My Car made it so far. To be honest.
Yeah,
Then it went up against Knocked Up. Sorry for your loss.
I know. And you figure if Airplane pulls through on Three Amigos, they're going to go up against Knocked Up.
No, that'll be tough.
See, if you're listening to this and you don't participate on our Facebook page, some of these movies could have made it through with your help.
This is true.
So please feel free to get interactive with us.
You can
And,
make the difference.
You could be the vote. Rock the vote, y'all. That's what we say. Another motto here at the corner. Our next bracket, we're really leaning towards album covers. I really like that one. And I've done some research. I've got a list going of classic album covers. Some are good, some are bad. We'll see how they go, you know.
Also,
We'll randomly select those two.
true. But if you have any ideas of your favorites, definitely give us a comment on our Facebook, Instagram, wherever.
Yep.
If you're like, man, this has to be in that list, let us know.
Yeah, we'll throw it on the list. The original list can be as big as we want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then from the 64, maybe you'll get lucky and see that album cover get in there. And we'll do it all over again once we get through the comedy ones.
Yeah.
We still got to crown a winner there. So,
We have our picks, and hopefully you have yours.
what's left of our
What's
picks.
left of our picks?
We also would like to update. We got our first batch of T-shirts printed. We made this order while Rob was on vacation in Nicaragua on his dirt bike for a week. So that's why we didn't go through 509 screen printing, but we will for our next run. We're already in contact with them and getting the designs over and everything. So that batch will be in the works. But for now, we do have 2 styles of T-shirts. We have our black T-shirt with the house logo on it. Mm-hmm. Those are cool. And then we got the gray T-shirt with the circle. CHC logo. So that's cool, too. You can pick one of those up from us. We ship them out.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing PayPal just yet.
Just yet.
I'm going to work on that.
We're getting that set up.
Mm-hmm. But the T-shirt for $15, you'll get a koozie with it, one of our CHC koozies. Although those are in the print shop right now.
Yes.
So it's going to be a minute before those show up, but we'll definitely get them out to you. You know, you can buy your shirt now.
We will make sure they get to you.
Yeah, we're keeping a list, a koozie list, if you will.
Checking it twice.
3 times if we keep drinking 11% beer. Be a bunch of spelling errors and.
It's a weird emoji. Why'd you put that? I don't remember hitting that.
Let's see. Had a couple notes here. I wanted to get to a couple things. This is a big episode, man. Number 20. I want to make sure we really touch on everything.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
State of the Union.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Covered our brackets.
State of the corner.
That's pretty much all the notes I got. So now we're just kind of gonna riff it. Just kind of go see where the night takes us. This is another first. Actually, we're doing the show while the sun's still up.
This is true. We did it early.
We did it early, so we have one show during the week, which was odd, kind of out of the zone. Now we got one where the sun's still up, so that's a little weird. Usually you can't see nothing out the window, but we're watching traffic go by or whatever. So yeah, this is kind of weird.
Oh,
Go ahead.
was going to say, Michigan, being the wonderful state that it is, we got some snow the last couple days in April. April showers, man.
It's not out of the norm.
Not really, but it's annoying.
It is. It is. It was a little bit.
It was getting decent.
Yeah.
45, kind of sunny.
Yeah.
And then somebody randomly told me that you might get 1 to 3 inches tonight.
Yeah.
Well, you're what?
Thankfully, we didn't.
We got a little bit. And,
We got enough to cover the ground, but then it
warmed up and melted away. But
Not like up north.
Oh, no. Those poor souls. They knew what they were getting into, though.
Yeah. I got some family up in the Sioux, and my cousin posted a picture when they woke up. Kids came back from spring break and then had a snow day. I think they got like 10 inches or something. It was ridiculous.
I mean, Pennsylvania, New York, they got hit pretty good, too.
They do.
Yeah.
They get hit a lot. I feel sorry for you guys out there, man.
Anyone by the Great Lakes, you're rolling them dice.
Yeah. I wonder how Chicago's doing on weather right now.
I'm not sure. I didn't really check into them.
I think the Tigers are out there, and they played today, so it can't be that bad. Didn't get rained out or snowed out or anything.
It's got to be cold, though.
I saw a picture. I think it was in Minnesota. They were playing a baseball game earlier in the week, and it just started snowing out of nowhere, like heavy, thick snow, It was a picture of the pitcher on the mound, like staring up into the snow, It was a pretty cool shot. Whoever the cameraman was did a good job.
Odd little stumbled on the block on that one. I was on Instagram. I follow Barstool Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommend that to the listeners. They had one where baseball game was on a break due to weather, and one of the players on the opposing team walked out towards the home plate, just started dancing.
Yeah.
Got done, stopped, just raised his hands like, what? Then one of the guys on the other team walked out, and a good old-fashioned dance-off happened.
A little dance battle at home plate.
I'm just saying, that's a good way to kill some time.
Yeah. You see that a lot in them baseball games when they get rain, like the players running and sliding across the tarps and stuff. That's
or the
pretty
mascots
cool.
doing stuff.
Yeah. Have you ever been at a baseball game during a rain out?
Oh.
It's so boring. You just run for the concourse and huddle in there with all them people and hope that it stops raining.
The last time I went to a Tigers game.
Really?
Sunny. It's like, I don't know, maybe low 70s. Real nice. Wind picked up, and out of nowhere, it was like just a downpour. Like, it looked like waterfalls were coming off the upper deck.
That's sweet.
Well, not when you're sitting at the edge of where the upper deck comes off. I was just wearing a T-shirt and jeans. Oh, soaked. It's like I went to an amusement park on a water ride.
Yeah.
The game picked back up. It lasted maybe like 10 minutes. It's like, do you want to go sit back in your seat, like soaking wet, and watch the rest of the game? It's like, no, I'm done.
At this point, I'm ready to go home.
I'm done.
I remember that reminds me, me and Jeannie went one time to see Foo Fighters at the Pine Knob.
Very nice.
And we were at we were down in the seats in the pavilion, but the row we were at was the row after the roof stopped.
Yeah.
And it was raining. It wasn't raining hard, but it was raining enough to where we sat in our seat and looked up like, are you kidding me? We took one more row and we'd have been covered from the rain. It was just running right off, coming right at us. Luckily, it stopped.
That's good. I mean, even if it didn't, I think you'd still sit there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Can't really go wrong with them.
No, I'm a huge fan of Foo Fighters. I'm a giant fan. I do remember a long time ago when Chris first showed me the album. I was like, I'm not going to like this. It just didn't sound good. I was into different music at the time, so it didn't really hit. But now, I advise anybody, if you're a fan of rock music or just a good old-fashioned entertaining show, go see the Foo Fighters. Because Dave Grohl don't mess around. He'll get up there in the first 5 minutes and tell you, we're going to play for 3 hours. They play for 3 hours. Every song you've ever heard, you can sing along to. It's great. And they do covers.
Yeah, they did a cover of...
they do Kiss, Tom Petty, Prince.
Yeah,
they do all kinds of cool covers,
like, whatever we like, we're just going to play.
Yeah.
And they knock it out of the park, too.
Yep. And when we seen him, too, he was still in his throne with his broken leg. And that guy, you can just tell he does not like sitting down. He was standing up on one leg and jamming. It was great. Yes, I advise everybody go see them at least once. They're kind of like our generation's Aerosmith. They're just going to stick around forever and rock out.
I hope so.
Yeah, especially if they keep making good music like they do.
All right, here's a question. What was the best concert, most entertaining, that you've ever been to?
The most entertaining concert. That's going to be tough. I've seen so many good concerts. Probably the first time I saw the Deftones.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was probably the most entertaining concert I think I ever saw. Just the excitement level. If I'm not mistaken, Limp Bizkit opened up for him. It's weird. And Snot was supposed to be on the bill, but that was the summer before that was when the lead singer died. So they got taken off the bill, obviously. But I'm pretty sure that was probably my favorite. And then, oddly enough, probably strong second would be the first time I saw ICP.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Their concerts are crazy. Like,
that's a bit of a surprise.
There
on
were
my
kids in wrestling masks, like jumping off the stage into the crowd and like throwing kicks and stuff, and Faygo bottles flying around and trampolines, and just the level of intensity in the crowd at an ICP show is really scary.
Wow,
it's kind of creepy. And I saw him recently, and I was like, "Boy, I'm over this." Like 10 minutes into the show, and we're calling Uber. Like, we got to get out of here.
To go.
Right. But 20 years ago, that was a great show.
My end, I would have to say the most entertaining is we went to see Deftones and System of a Down.
Yeah.
And it was just inspiring to see System of a Down. Like, Deftones were great.
Right.
But System of a Down, like, they controlled the audience.
Oh, yeah.
You felt it. It was a damn good show.
They came a couple years ago. They only played 2 shows in America the whole year, and one of them was here.
Really?
At Pine Knob. Yeah. And I think the other one was in California. They only played 2. Like, I don't even think they were a band at the time. They were all doing solo projects and side projects and stuff. But for some reason,
I even recall the Deftones at that show made point to say, like, I don't know if they say it at every show, but they loved coming to the Pine Knob or Detroit.
Yeah.
It's just the fan base and the crowd is just into it.
Yeah, they've been one of them bands that could sell out any night of the week,
Mm.
Their venues are getting smaller as they get older and music changes, but they sell out quite a bit. Now, System, on the other hand, that was a pricey ticket.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't go. It was a pricey ticket, and I think it was like a Monday night, too, so it didn't help, but...
Show your dedication.
Yeah, I immediately regretted it, too, because they only did 2 shows in America, Like, you're talking about you're at one of them. I don't know. It's just weird. Stuff like that I kind of take seriously, but a long time ago I did. Nowadays it's money.
Life in general.
Yeah, right. Can I get a babysitter that night? Shit, guess I'm not going to the show. We are going to a show tonight.
This is true.
As soon as we
I'm excited
finish
about
up
this.
the,
This is why we're doing it in the daytime.
Right. We had to do the show a little early tonight because my brother's band is playing a show right down the street from the house, which is awesome.
It's very handy.
I can walk home later, especially after these 11% beers. I'm going to need to. But they're a cover band. They play a lot of old school rock and roll music. They're called Backstreet Affair. Anybody on the web interested, please check them out, especially in the Detroit and surrounding area. They play a lot of shows up on the east side. Good stuff. Looking forward to it.
I am too.
I've only seen them once.
I haven't seen them live yet.
No.
But I'm very much looking forward to this.
I saw them St. Patty's Day last year. They play the local Irish pub every year for St. Patty's, so that was a good show. What?
I was going to say, not this year, but last St. Patrick's Day, I made it up there like half hour after they ended.
Oh, really?
Not knowing. I thought they were going on later.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed in that.
Yeah, there was like a real Irish band there that night that closed out the show, so fitting, I guess, right? St. Patty's Day.
Oh, I wanted to do Motor City Comic Con. I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
They've been updating their guest roster.
Yeah.
And they have a few members of The Office that are going to be there. Oscar's going to be there.
Oh, no kidding.
Meredith.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Also, Ryan Hurst from
Sons
of Anarchy.
Yep. And Lone Star State of Mind.
Tinker. For those listening, if you've never seen that movie, give it a shot. It's
Please.
pretty funny.
please do.
But I'm getting excited. Is this coming up in
Next month.
5 weeks?
Yeah. I'm excited because it's my first Comic-Con. I've never attended one before.
And I do believe both Johnny from
Karate Kid.
William Zabka, I guess that's his real name. I call him Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny, yeah.
And both Ralph Macchio are supposed to be in attendance.
Oh.
And we've been talking big on their YouTube show, Cobra Kai.
I can't wait.
Oh, man, it's so exciting.
I think it comes out next week, doesn't it?
I think so.
Now,
It's coming up soon.
Is YouTube Red going to be like where they release the whole season at once like Netflix does?
I've been meaning to look into that.
Okay.
I haven't found much on it yet. But if it is, if they were smarter with the amount of content that they actually have, they would do it a weekly installment.
Even 2 episodes a week.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But I definitely don't think they should put it all at once.
Well, the streaming services are doing everything they can right now, you know, to take on new viewership. So if they can dump the whole season at once and really strike, it might be good.
What's been bugging me lately is the hate that the streaming services are getting. I mean, they're coming out with, in my opinion, better content than most TV shows and movies.
Oh, yeah, and they
Easily.
got the money to throw around.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
But they just got banned from film awards.
Really?
Yeah. So, like, at Cannes they're not allowed to participate.
That's brutal.
And they're coming out with some of the best content
Yeah.
out there, easily.
I haven't seen too many original movies, more so the TV shows that I've watched, but I know that they're throwing money around.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Netflix has a Martin Scorsese picture coming out with De Niro, Al Pacino, Harvey Keitel. I mean, they dropped, I think, $500 million into this. It's like $500 million was the budget.
It's a movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I think it's called The Irishman.
That's so much money.
Oh, but it has like Joe Pesci came out of retirement for it.
Just for this project?
Just for this project.
I wonder how much of that $500 million they gave him.
Who knows?
We'll give you 15.
I mean, if they're coming out with stuff that's just so far above what, like, Hollywood or are coming up with, and then they get banned from award shows.
That's dumb.
That is stupid on their part.
Is it because they don't release the movie in theaters before it hits Netflix? Is that maybe why?
I'm not sure of the actual rulings, like from, say, the film festivals and that. If you have to be, like, distributed throughout so many theaters in the country or the world, or if it's just like them trying to battle back about losing sales.
Yeah, it's a losing battle.
Oh, man.
They're definitely not going to win.
Yeah. And even for, like, the amateur people who are making movies on, like, say, a $10,000 budget and that are applying to go to these film festivals and getting crushed by these Netflix shows or movies.
Right.
Maybe it's to help them out. I don't know.
It could be. Another thing, too, is Hollywood might be upset that they can't come up with original content. They just keep rewriting and rebooting all old ideas.
Yeah, because all their good writers are dropping.
They're going to Netflix. I actually heard on the radio that there's a writer he's done a lot of stuff. Like, this guy's like Hollywood.
Top tier.
Yeah. He's
had his hands in everything.
Yeah, he's a great writer from what everybody says. I can't remember exactly what his name is right now. I'm just going
off the head.
On the wing here, but
11% ain't helping.
I heard on the radio that Netflix gave him a $300 million guaranteed contract.
Good God.
For, like, I don't know if it was so many projects or so many years or whatever, but he's like now the highest paid writer ever for right.
I hope so.
And not only did they do that, but they let him finish fulfilling his TV contracts first.
Wow.
So they're going to let him go ahead and work for the next couple of years.
Just putting him on retainer pretty much.
Dude, $300 million. He writes, not the crime shows, like Law & Order. It's not one of those guys, but it's something like that.
Okay.
He's done a couple of popular movies, too. But, man, I'm drawing a blank on it right now. I'm going to have to look into that. I'll throw it in the show notes if I can remember.
Well, good for him.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, I'm just trying to sell one idea for $1 million. Give me $50,000, man. We'll call it good.
How about $10,000, man?
Damn.
I'm not that picky.
This guy's getting $300 million. You better write some good shit. maybe he's got something in the hopper that nobody's, like that gem screenplay. He's
yeah,
been
just holding on to it.
Waiting.
Showing it off here and there.
Mm-hmm.
If you got the money.
I know Kevin Smith's going to Netflix.
Is he?
He's doing some. He's either producing or directing Mitch Albom's new whatever. It's a movie for one of his books or something.
Okay.
But yeah, Kevin Smith's involved.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was a big deal when Netflix first got Adam Sandler for a 7-movie deal. But
He's probably done all 7 already, hasn't he?
I think so. I watched like 2 of them, and they were rough.
Really?
In my opinion.
Did you see he's doing Happy Gilmore too?
I did see that. I think we talked about
Did
that.
we talk? Yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
It's tough to remember. 20 episodes.
kind of meshes together sometimes. But no, I'm kind of intrigued by that. Has a Rocky Creed
Yeah.
type vibe to it.
I still haven't seen Creed.
It's good.
Is it?
Yeah. Creed
we'll
2
see.
has got Dolph Lundgren as Ivan Drago.
Oh, that's going to be so cool.
Apollo Creed's son fights Ivan's son. It's going to be big.
That's what I mean. Like, come on, Stallone.
Hey.
You know,
Like you're not going to watch it.
I didn't watch the first Creed. Not because of I didn't want to. I just haven't,
Yeah.
didn't make the
Again,
homework
it
list.
hasn't made the homework list yet.
It should.
Working in a home life.
Note to self, Creed. I got to watch Creed. I did have one cool little topic I'd like to touch on.
Oh, bring it on.
I was thinking about this the other day. I'm going to go ahead and light a cigarette for this. It's going to get...
Oh,
I'm
well,
gonna-
follow suit then.
I'm going to tickle your brain here for a second. What if you had the opportunity to have dinner and drinks in a private, no interruption setting with any 3 people, but they have to be alive?
Any 3 people.
Yep. That's the
Currently
only
living.
Yep. The only catch is they have to be alive. And you pick them. We set it up. They show up. We all sit down. You and your 3, whoever they are. Steaks or whatever kind of dinner, drinks, stories. Much like they were sitting right here with us right now.
Okay.
Who would those 3 people be? Obviously, I don't expect you to answer right away.
Yeah, I'm going to need a second on this.
Right.
I got a few ideas, but
this is something for listeners. If you would like to think about it and maybe run over to Facebook and make a comment on it, let us know what you think. Twitter, email, our website, whatever.
yeah.
Let us know who those 3 people would be that you would sit down with for dinner and drinks. Now, I made my list.
I'm intrigued with this.
It's going to be so obvious because of the person I am.
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl's on it, yes. Dave Grohl is one of them. Corey Taylor is another one.
Cool.
And Kurt Sutter, the writer for Sons and
Yeah.
The Shield and stuff. Those would be the 3 guys I think that I would like to just let them guys just booze up for a night
And
just
go on.
tell stories.
Just sit back and listen.
Yeah, for sure. Because, like, Kurt Sutter's got quite the past, and so does Corey Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
And then, obviously, Dave Grohl is,
Dave Grohl.
Everybody kind of knows his story because he's not shy about sharing it, but you figure in a personal setting like that, things might open up and get a little more intimate. I did put quite a bit of thought into it. Kevin Smith was on the list for a bit,
Yeah.
but I thought with these 3, the conversation can get really, like, intense, and Kevin Smith's a little more lighthearted. So I think if I had to pick a second list, Kevin Smith would make that one.
He made the B team.
right. Sorry, bud.
Well, I know one for sure. I would want Danny DeVito.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. That man's been around and had his hands in a lot of different projects, movies, TV shows, producing a lot.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen, directing.
Yeah.
Everything I've ever seen from his, excluding Sonny. that was tough to get into, but maybe I was just try a different season. But
Yeah.
everything that he's pretty much touched, I've enjoyed immensely.
Yeah,
And he's just a cool dude, in my opinion. And I would
for sure.
definitely like to hear some stories from him.
I would probably add Bill Murray to my B team.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't want Bill Murray there?
Right. I don't know, though. He might be so, like, into his own world now that it might be kind of odd to sit down with him.
I've heard, like, everyone's heard Bill Murray stories.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, no one's ever going to believe you type shit. But I heard one of Oh God, blanking on a name. He was on Saturday Night Live for a while, like I think with Eddie Murphy, like in that era.
Okay.
And it's kind of tough for people to remember the cast other than Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy. But he was talking about the original cast, like Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray,
Belushi, all the good ones, yeah.
and their mentality outside, like as time went on. And he stated that, like, if Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd went into a bar full of bikers, they would not hesitate to start a fucking fight. Like, in their mind, they were like king shit.
Right.
And to be honest, I mean,
At
look-
that time?
oh, even now.
Well,
But like he was saying, like since that point, they got so big, and they were like, we can do whatever the fuck we want type of attitude. And most definitely, Bill Murray has that. I would want Dan Aykroyd, I would say, at my dinner party.
yeah,
Him and Danny DeVito
that'd be a good one, man.
would be my 2 so far out of 3. It's going to take a minute, but
Well, like I said, I didn't expect an answer now, but the more you talk about it and you start
Yeah.
thinking, you're going to end up with like 3 or 4 lists of 3
Yeah.
people because it's kind of hard to narrow down.
But to get back to the story, he was like, those were people that you didn't fuck with because they did not hesitate to fucking with you back, and like they give no fucks. I mean, if you think about it, like if you're driving down the street, right, and Bill Murray slams into your car with his car, do you think he's getting a ticket?
No,
Fuck no.
no, he's going to write you a check and we're going to go our separate ways.
No, even if
after
a cop
picture.
shows up, they're going, holy shit, it's Bill Murray. He's
Right.
like, hey, how's it going?
Did-
I'm buying everyone dinner. It's like, hey.
Let's go to the spot. I saw on Facebook, I didn't click on the link, but I saw a story of it was 15 pictures of people who thought they met a celebrity.
Oh.
And it was like a group of kids like standing in a comic book store with this guy who didn't really look like Bill Murray. But they captioned the picture like, we just met Bill Murray. And the look on these kids' faces was like genuine starstruck, right? And the guy's just kind of standing there like, whatever.
I guess I kind of look like Bill
Like
Murray.
this kind of beer belly too. It was like, I would never think this dude was Bill Murray after looking at him twice, But that's funny. You know who nowadays could go into a bar and start some shit and probably not get a ticket?
Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville, yeah. Conor McGregor, although he did get arrested.
Well, he
but
did just get arrested.
I think it was all publicity, man.
You know, that the more I hear,
I just
That
don't.
side?
Yeah, I don't know.
it just seems too set up. But I mean, on the other hand, from what I've seen and read about the man, if you slight him or slander his name, he will come at you.
Yeah, he's Irish.
Well, yeah, he is Irish, but he's a very proud man.
They get all fired up.
Yeah.
Especially the shit that everybody's been talking about him in UFC.
Oh,
Stripping
yeah.
titles, you're never going to fight again,
It
you're
wasn't that
washed
good,
up.
blah,
Right.
da, 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 da.
And by all accounts,
Mm.
Khabib's probably going to destroy him if they fight.
Really? I haven't seen him fight.
This Khabib dude, he's like 26-0.
Wow.
He's like a wrecking ball running through that division of the UFC. And they're trying to set up for him and McGregor to fight in Russia, which is
Ooh.
where Khabib's from. And, yeah, it's going to be rowdy.
I did see Dana White's response, like right immediately after. He's like in a back room of the arena.
It felt so Vince McMahon to me.
A little bit.
It did.
I'm disgusted with him.
Yeah.
Just pure disgust. He has a kid at home, a young son.
Right,
It
like
didn't
nobody...
seem scripted, but it seemed like he was very particular on what he said. But I don't know if that's more from like, hey, the lawyers might get on my ass, or I
Well,
gotta be careful what I
yeah.
say because all the information isn't out yet.
I would probably say Dana White is a really calculated individual nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can understand why he would sit down and contemplate how he was going to talk about the situation.
I would interject and say he would probably make the B team for my dinner party. Dana White. He's,
Ooh,
he's
that's a
probably
good one.
got some stories.
Yeah. Growing up in Boston, boxing. You know who else would be a good one? Mark Wahlberg. I think would be a good, like, listen to some stories.
Yeah.
Just the life that dude lived, from...
I would also put Joe Rogan on my B team.
See, now we're up to, like, a dinner of 12.
I know. Hey,
It would
would
it's
be
hard
a
to
fucking
do,
amazing
isn't it?
dinner, wouldn't it?
Yeah, to get it down to 3 people, you're like, man, if I could do this and do that, if there was no, like, no, I don't want to say qualifications, whatever the word is, like anybody, you can pick anybody.
No stipulation.
Stipulation. There you go. That's the word. And I might have come to my conclusion a little too fast because I didn't remember Joe Rogan would be a good one to fit in there. But see, I kind of look at Joe Rogan like a one-on-one would be way better.
I think
Like
so.
just to sit down, smoke a joint and let Rogan just blow my mind with some crazy shit.
He'd be like, dude, check this shit out.
Right.
You're like, whoa.
Right. I'd like to go see his stand-up, too. I've seen it on TV, his Netflix specials. You ever watched them?
Yeah, they're funny as shit.
He's so funny.
Oh, what's the other fucking guy he has on his podcast from time to time? Joey Diaz.
Mm.
I want to see his stand-up. That dude is a funny guy.
He is. He's
Growing up in New York,
Yeah.
in like the fucking 60s and shit. It's like, oh, he's got stories.
He does. And he doesn't there's no filter on that dude
None
either when you
at
listen to him.
all.
I like the other guest that he has on from time to time. What's his name? The conspiracy guy. Chemtrails.
I got a blank here.
Eddie Bravo.
Eddie Bravo.
Yeah.
All right.
That guy's funny to listen to, too. I don't know that he'd be in my 3, but...
No.
Because like Joe Rogan had 3 people in the studio and you could just sit
in on it.
Fly on the wall type deal.
Sit next to young Jamie.
Right. That'd be cool. It's almost to the point where you would have to pick 3 people in a certain section of life.
True.
Because then you could go to like comedians and pick 3 comedians that you would, because like who wouldn't want to sit down with Bill Burr and listen to that
fuck
dude
yeah.
talk or, any of the other ones. But
This is really messing with my head.
I
Trying
know.
to come up with a third seat.
it could be anybody, man. And then you, like, once you pick that third person, you're like, well, maybe the first one wasn't, maybe I could replace that first one with somebody who's going to vibe with this dude,
Yeah.
That's kind of why I went the way I went. Like,
Or it's like someone that wouldn't vibe with. I'm like, what? How would that interaction go?
that could be cool, too.
Like Sean Connery. He just gets shit faced. And you're like, all right, Mr. Connery, that's cool. Fuck you. Just going off on tangents.
Remember when he was on Celebrity Jeopardy on SNL?
Was that Dan Harmon? Or no? What?
Daryl Hammond?
Daryl Hammond.
Yep.
Yeah.
You had,
Anal bum cup.
yeah. And what's his name played Burt Reynolds? Norm Macdonald.
Norm McDonald's. Oh, yeah. I said Norm McDonald's.
The first half of your answer is half of your hand, and you wagered the other half.
Miso, a type of soup.
Doesn't he say Alex Trebek backwards or something? No, that was in Family Guy, right?
Yeah, that's Family Guy,
yeah. I started thinking of Jeopardy, and they all start, just
Mixed motion.
Huh.
Yeah, the third spot, that's a tough one to fill.
I'm curious to see what you listeners will come up with.
Yeah, I really want to hear your thoughts. See who you pick.
Yep. Like I said, the only thing is they have to be alive.
Yeah.
Because if you could pick anybody alive or dead, then all hell's
Yeah.
going to break loose. You're going to go back to, dead presidents. And
I want Genghis Khan.
right.
How did you conquer the fucking world? Tell me.
We need to know.
Man.
Just a little something I came up with.
If it was anybody, like live or dead, I'd want Evel Knievel.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
You notice who neither one of us did say, though?
Who's that?
Mad Mike Hughes.
Yeah.
You can stay at home, Mike.
You're, oh,
I couldn't go an
man.
episode without dropping his name.
This is
You
true.
know?
This is true.
We swear him off, and then 5 minutes later we talk about him. So whatever.
Breaking news, he got a 5th cat.
A new limo, something. I don't know. That was another thing as part of our recap we didn't talk about was
That is true.
ever since show number 1, we've been following Mad Mike Hughes. Comments here, updates there. We've even did a breaking news thing on Mad Mike Hughes.
That is true.
So if you're just joining us, for those of you who are brand new to our show, probably quite a few of you, thanks to Rob Harbaugh, because as soon as he shared our show, then our numbers jumped quite a bit. So hopefully you came back for more. And, that's one of our staples here, Mad Mike Hughes. Look into it. Go back and listen to our shows, or just go to his Facebook page and get his side of the story. It might be just as entertaining.
Definitely read the comments if you do that.
Oh,
'cause
please.
There are some gems just sitting around. Oh.
We want to thank, in episode 20 here, we'd like to thank all the flat earthers
Yes, very much
just
so.
for keeping us entertained.
You give us hope. I mean, if you can believe in that, I can believe in anything.
Right. Maybe. Just maybe.
You know? A dimensional shifting Sasquatch is out there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's out there somewhere. Somebody's going to find his ass.
Eventually.
They're going to be like, whoa,
Yeah.
you fucking Bigfoot's here.
He's just hanging out.
Maybe that would be the third person at your dinner.
Bigfoot.
Sasquatch. Pop on in, buddy. Just grunt your stories at us.
Just sitting there, everyone's like, oh, no way. Then what happened with the squirrel? No. And then you went 4,000 years in the future. That's awesome, man.
Welcome back. How's life look up there?
Oh.
So, I think we should probably wrap this up.
Yeah, I think this was a good
Nice little short.
update of our show.
Yeah,
What's
it's
been
like-
going on.
We'll call it a recap.
A recap.
A recap with a little bit of extras in there for you.
State of the corner house.
Yeah. The almost warm weather.
Oh, we're so close.
Open the door corner house.
The heater is about done.
I know.
You
I'm
back
hoping I
away?
don't have to fill it one more time. I was at the people at the local U-Haul are like, "Oh, you're back.
Hey, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
You must do a lot of work outdoors." No, I
yes,
don't.
Yes, we do.
I didn't want to tell them.
Man, that's going to ruin my head trying
Yeah.
to come up with a third person for that dinner.
I'll sleep on it.
Yeah, I got some time. I'll post my list.
Maybe a listener will come through and give us their picks, and something will
Somebody I didn't even
spark.
think of.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
yeah. Maybe
yeah.
I'll take him. Like I said, eventually you're going to get to more than one list of three. It's,
Oh, yeah.
it's so.
I got
hard.
two lists of two already.
Yeah, and like I said, I think I went to my list a little too quick, but I mean the guys I picked are like, man. And the other thing I noticed just now is neither one of us picked any females.
Yet.
It's like,
This is true.
we gotta find some interesting females for endlesstitties.com. That is also going to be a show staple moving forward.
I think so. That'll pop in every now and then.
Yeah, be prepared to hear that. In the
And don't be
background.
afraid to go there, to that website, folks.
No, absolutely not.
Check it out. You'll be surprised.
You are
Pleasantly.
you're gonna like it.
I guarantee.
So, please, like I said, if you're new to our show, welcome. We are the Corner House Chronicles. We do
Pleased
this
to meet you.
once a week. We get together. If you'd like to come in and sit down with us, for those of you out of state or out of the country,
Yeah.
we're working on Skype to get set up to like do video chat, to where we can have a guest who doesn't have to actually be in the room. So that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're working on technology as we go.
And also on the topic of our foreign friends in faraway lands, a big thank you for checking out the show, sticking with us.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Very cool.
We got what, Ireland,
Oh,
UK,
man. We got Ireland, UK, Germany, Lebanon, Jordan,
Australia, Dominican Republic, Nicaragua,
of
Mexico.
course, Mexico, Canada.
Canada.
Can't forget the America's Top Hat. Who else? Yeah, I mean, the list is growing, and it's really, really interesting.
Yeah. It's pretty cool to think that like we're just sitting here in the suburbs of Detroit,
You know,
and all across the world,
people are tuning in.
all around the world. See, it's always humorous.
It is.
There's no getting around it.
Or across.
Or across it, right. So, yeah, go to our Facebook page, play along in the polls, give it a like. Here's one thing we forgot real quick. We did get our shirts made. We mentioned that. We decided to give away a T-shirt once we hit 100 likes on Facebook.
This is true.
And for a while, we were stuck around 70. And then within like 2
And then
days.
we were stuck. Yeah, 2 days it jumped up. And then we're kind of hovering around like the high 90s, waiting for it to crack 100.
Yep. And then once it cracked 100, we had to actually wait until it cracked 101.
Yeah.
Because I have an old profile that we accessed when we were setting up the Facebook page, and we just gave it a like
Yeah, why
because
not?
it added up. So once we got to 101 officially,
Yeah.
we randomly selected. Now tell everybody how we did this.
All right. So John and I were talking about how do we randomly go about this. So I asked him, to ask his wife to pick a day from early November to current.
Early November being when we set up the Facebook page.
When we set up the Facebook page.
Right.
So since its inception
Right.
to, what was that, 4 days ago maybe?
Yeah.
We'll say
About 4 days ago.
About 4 days. And we have an app that tells us when people liked our page since this day.
Right.
And she picked a date, and I went through all 100, I think 3 at the time, people, and seen if how close to that date she picked to when they liked the page.
Yeah.
And I think it was 8 days was the difference, the closest it came to that date that
Okay.
someone liked our page.
Yep.
The winner liked our page.
Yep. She picked, February 17th?
Yep.
And the closest one was
The 25th.
the 25th, which happened to be our cousin Luke Lloyd.
Yep.
Mr. Luke Lloyd mentioned last week during Rob's story, the reason for sleeping on the van story.
Yep.
But yes, so Luke Lloyd won a shirt.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to him. We will actually be delivering it tonight
Personally.
at the bar. So we'll get a picture of him with the T-shirt. We'll post it up on social media. We actually have pictures on our Facebook and Instagram, at least, of the shirt designs.
Yep.
So if you're interested, check them out. Let us know. So we're going to take him his shirt, and I think we're going to do another giveaway when we get to, should we do 150 likes on Facebook, or should we do a different?
I think
We'll come up with
come
something.
up with something.
Yeah,
We got some ideas.
So pay attention for that.
Yeah, keep a lookout.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Giving away free shit. That's always cool.
Tell your friends about us.
Yep. The koozies are on the way. We got stickers coming.
Yep.
So things are moving forward for us, and we want to thank you personally for helping make it
You are the reason why
make
you're
it come
making
true.
it.
Yeah, shit. Otherwise, it's just two guys talking to each other in a garage.
You know, with microphones and
I know.
filters, thinking we're big shots.
What kind of fun is that?
Meet up once a week and just have a conversation like that with no one listening. Kind of weird,
It could be awkward.
a little bit, but you
And
know,
at first it was.
it was. It's definitely gotten easier and more entertaining on our end. And we invite you, if you want to be on the show, we have a chair waiting.
Yes. At least one.
Oh yeah,
Soon enough, there'll be spots for more people. We're gonna have our own table of 3 for dinner and drinks.
I mean, you can just come on and critique us. Be like, all right, remember in this show, you guys completely fucked this up. Forgot to say this.
Yep.
Because before I came on the show,
Mm-hmm.
I always listened to you guys, you and Aaron, and you'd be like, "Oh, who is that guy?" And I'd be sitting there in my car going, "God damn it, it's James Woods or whoever you guys were talking about," just yelling like, "How stupid are you?"
Like
Then-
you're screaming at your TV or something.
But then I find when I'm on the show and I make a blank like that, I'm like, man, I should have been more prepared in my head, you know? And I've had multiple people that do listen that I interact with in normal life. They're like, man, in the last show you were talking about this. I'm like, yeah. You were listening? They're like, yeah, and you forgot this. I was like yelling at me. I'm like, it's good to know somebody else does that.
I'm not alone.
Yes.
Then that's when you tell that person, "Come sit down." See.
Oh, yeah,
you
then
know.
immediate panic on their
Right.
face. And it's not that bad, folks. It's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, hell, if you don't want to be on our show, start your own.
Please. We'll follow.
Yeah, shit. We'll be guests on your show.
Hell yeah.
You can actually come over here. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, it's everything is good. Everything's moving forward. Progress. Baby steps.
Baby sips and cigarettes.
Baby sips and cigarettes. That's one way of looking at it. That's going to be tonight's motto going forward for the rest of the evening. What would be really interesting is if we came back here after the concert, hooked the equipment back up, and just recorded like a PSA or something to put out in the middle of the week.
You know?
This is what you sound like after a bunch of beers.
Yeah. Show 20. Keep a lookout for that, folks.
Yeah, that would be just...
If you can decipher the code of us talking.
we'll call that one Mumbles.
I don't know. It could be very articulate and well-spoken.
It could.
Deep thought out.
It could.
You know? Who knows?
Or it could be nonsense.
Nonsense rambling. Like, who invented the baseball bat and why? Why? Why are there so many companies now? Just random shit.
What, are you getting an
don't
early
think
start
about.
on it or what?
Just throwing ideas out there. It's good to have show notes.
Yep, right. We do have some professional photos that Rob took last week. We're going to be sharing those on the social medias too. So check those out for us.
Very excited how they came out.
Yeah, and everything's good, man.
Yeah,
we're having so much fun.
Yeah,
There's no bad
way to say
reports,
it, yeah.
so maybe bad report would be the winner.
The
Still
weather,
here, but yeah. Other than that, we're good. So stay tuned. Please tell your friends.
Yeah.
Even if you're a first-time podcaster like I was.
Yeah, and people out there that are thinking about starting a podcast, any questions?
Yeah.
We'll give you the information we do have, our thoughts, our experiences.
How we went about it
Heck
anyways. And
because it's a good time.
it is. It's fun, right?
Yeah, highly recommend it.
And there's so many different podcasts out there for
you can talk about whatever you
everything.
want.
Everything. We're noticing on our Instagram page
Yeah.
with certain hashtags, we're getting other podcasts liking us.
This is
which
true.
is cool.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm
If
looking
you
at
want to
it.
review like early 80s horror movies for your podcast,
Do it.
do it.
Do it.
Doesn't matter what the topic is. There's people out there that want to listen.
Or do a show like we do, where
Yeah.
it's just complete ramblings for an
Shit
hour.
that intrigues you or surprises you. Like, did you see this shit?
Yeah. For the most part, we like to do comedic value in
Oh,
our
yeah.
show.
We
It
find that
just
more
makes for
entertaining. Yeah.
more entertaining stuff, but it's a lot easier with a guest in here, for sure.
You get stories that you normally wouldn't hear or try to think about situations that they've been in, and you're like, holy shit, then what'd you do?
Yeah.
So you were stranded in Belize, huh? Like,
Taking pictures of a man hooker. What's going on here?
all right, yeah. That was a weird Tuesday.
All right, dump a beer on your girlfriend. Knock it off. So we will leave you with this. One more huge thank you. Thank you to all of you listeners.
Oh, yeah. Bigger than you know.
Keep it coming, and we'll keep it coming to you.
That's right.
We'll be back next week,
As always.
and we're going to try our best to fill that seat, give you some more stories from somebody other than us.
You know, we're kind of addicted to hearing other people's stories on this.
I am, truthfully,
Us
almost
in it,
as
yeah.
much as the brackets. I like having a guest in here and telling stories. And it's cool, too, because a lot of the people we bring in, not so far,
Yeah,
they know us personally.
Mm.
So some of the stories include us.
this is true. Or
So,
we were there that time.
Right. So it's
And it's interesting to see their angle of what happened that
absolutely.
day or wherever.
Absolutely. So we'll see you for episode 21. Check out any Michigan craft beer that you can find.
Oh, yeah.
Try it.
Expand your palates, folks.
Let us know how it was when we'll try it.
Yeah. If you have any recommendations for us, we're
Pass
open
them
to
along.
them. Yeah.
Please do. Facebook, Corner House Chronicles. Vote on our polls. Like the page.
Yeah.
We'll figure out a way to give away some more free stuff going forward. That's going to be
Sure.
cool.
Instagram, Twitter. Our Instagram is CHC_podcast. Our Twitter handle is @corner HC podcast.
And that one gets tricky.
It does get tricky. Check us out, interact.
And the website, chcpodcast.com too.
Oh, yeah. Comments, questions, concerns. We're here for them.
Yep. And side note, that last little bit of promotion was for all our new listeners.
Yeah, that's very true.
We've said it so many times for all the regulars. So
And if you haven't yet, check out endlesstitties.com.
endlesstitties.com.
Won't be disappointed.
Endlesstitties.com. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you next time.